I have a business presentation I'm going to be walking through, but we walk you through our financial results for the sole reason to help our shareholders understand that we need to create business success to be able to achieve our mission of increasing the benefits we can provide our shareholders in our communities. So our current focus on business success is purely that. We know we need business income. We need cash from our businesses to support the efforts we want to make for our shareholders and for our communities. I'll start out with a couple of slides that just simply highlight some of the numbers you may have seen in our annual report, highlight the progress that we've created as directors have stated from simply sticking to a 5-year strategic plan that was put forward in 2012. Sticking to that simple plan has created the success for Sealaska. It's not creating a 5-year plan and then changing it every year. It's creating a 5-year plan and knowing what you have to do to achieve the financial goals of that strategic plan. So in 2015, you just see our steady progress, $12 million in income, $120 million in revenue. 2016, $14 million in income, $146 million in revenue. And 2017, the 5th year of our strategic plan, and right on track, we achieved the goal of profitability before 7i in investment income, with our net income jumping to $21.4 million and $165 million in revenue. I'll just quickly go to what that simple strategic plan was, because it's important. We hear during election periods, Sealaska doesn't make money from its businesses. That's why this 5-year strategic plan was so important. We had to go back to our operating history, the entire 40-plus year operating history of Sealaska. We had to understand what didn't work for us, why it didn't work for us, and also understand the strengths that did help us out. One of the strengths is we have great investment capital. We can invest in our businesses. Another strength is our people, our sustainability, our environmental focus. That's a strength we wanted to put into our businesses. But the lessons learned, things we didn't want to do. We didn't want to be in businesses that were disconnected from us, not only geographically, having businesses in Miami or Mexico or places all across the U.S., but disconnected from us as a people. Mayor Christensen said it, we are people of the land and water. Why not connect our businesses to the land and water? We work in natural resources. We work in environmental services. And we're standing up a seafood company that we can all be proud of. That's working in the land and water that we all know and understand. Creating that connection is helping us create the financial success that we're showing at this point in time. If I go to the next slide, I think I'll need some help with changing the slides. Just again, another highlight, just because we hear it so much. We've heard Sealaska's businesses don't make money. We had a tough year in 2013. We had financial losses from our business, and that's why we needed to show the dedication to our strategic plan. That's why we needed to show the dedication to increasing and improving our businesses so they can provide income for Sealaska. And you can see so clearly from this trend, that dedication from losses in 2013 to a recovery to a small amount of business income in 2014, and then just dedication to improving our businesses, improving our cost efficiencies, making sure we got rid of businesses that didn't fit, and we only invested in those businesses that made sense for us to invest in. That's what's creating this steady progress for us. From losses in 2013 to close to $10 million in income from our businesses in 2016. And then this year, again, achieving our 5-year strategic goal, over $16 million in income from our businesses that cover the entire cost structure of Sealaska and make our 7I income and our investment income completely excess and available to increase shareholder benefits. That's what we're aiming for. The one thing, and you go back to lessons learned, Sealaska has had operating success in the past, but we've cycled out of it with highs and lows that we wanted to understand what created those highs and lows. Why weren't we able to create sustainable, growing businesses over the last 40 years? So creating this current success is just the beginning of our long-term strategic plan to make sure that we get past the ups and downs that we've faced through our 40 years. That's the real power of dedicating ourselves to businesses that we can be proud to say, we're going to be in the seafood industry 50 years from now. We're going to be protecting the marine environment through environmental services and monitoring 50, 100 years from now. We're going to be strong natural resource managers 100 years from now because of our land ownership. That's the key. That's going to be the key to making this trend sustainable and push it further to create income that accomplishes the goals we want to provide our shareholder base. So we simply put it here. We've achieved the 5-year strategic plan that was focused on our business income. To achieve the next 5 years, 10 years, 15, we simply need to make sure we only invest in industries that we're connected to. We want to make those fairly limited. I mentioned 3 industries. When we took over and that 5-year strategic plan was put forward, we were in about 10 to 11 different industries. I don't believe we can manage that. That sort of spread of our businesses led to some of the mistakes and losses that we faced. Keeping focused to operating in industries that we care about, understand, and can add strength to is going to create the sustainable income that we're looking for. We need to have a culture of excellence within our businesses, a culture that questions costs, a culture that questions strategic initiatives, a culture that understands the values that our people have provided us, to think long-term, ha-shuka, to understand that we can't make a decision now that may negatively affect our shareholders 4 or 5 generations out. The power of values will help us create that sustainable income. And finally, the ability to invest in our businesses through 7I, through our tax net operating losses that provide us a tax shield, through the cash that our businesses are now providing us, means that we can continue this trend, we can continue to grow our income so we don't face the ups and downs, and we can create something our shareholders 30, 50 years from now can be proud of.